Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. We are back with Matt, the mortgage guy, and we are going to talk about how you, yes, you, the viewer, can actually use and benefit from Matt, the mortgage guy. This is not Matt, the mortgage guy's team. This is not greatmortgagebroker.com. This is Matt, the mortgage guy, how you can use him. You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm happy to talk about that. And truth be told, if you're not using me, whatever mortgage lender you're using, mortgage broker, direct lender, whatever it is, this is something that you should have on your side, especially in a market like we're in right now. In the market we're in right now, I feel like if you don't have a strong lender that's able to clearly communicate to the list side and, to be completely honest, sell you, you're going to have a hard time getting an offer accepted because it's competitive.
Yeah, well, let's talk about this sell you, because that probably just turned off half the audience. When you mean sell you, it's not sell you a mortgage, folks. He's talking about selling you as a strong buyer. He wants to say things like complete file, clear to close, blah, blah, blah. I mean, he is trying to help you get a yes answer. Your offer is one of 12, and he's going to call the listing agent and say that number 7, he's my guy, or my gal, or my family, and let me tell you all the wonderful things I know about them. Am I fair on that?
Oh, for sure. And so I'll first sum it up, then I'll give you a real life example. A good lending team is going to do everything to get you fully buttoned up and ready to purchase. A full pre-approval. You're ready to go. Us saying you're pre-approved means we're going to get the loan to the finish line, unless you quit your job or blow all your money in Vegas. And so when you submit an offer, I'm not pulling credit. I'm not analyzing your income. I've got a team whose specialty is that and doing that, but I'm letting the agent know and I'm letting the buyer know. CC me on the offer, text me the list side's info, let me call them because it's important. And trust me when I tell you, when I call and say, hey, on your property over there on 123 Main Street, my buyer, Harry home buyer, just submit an offer, their agent, Ricky, the realtor. I just wanted to call you personally and let you know the pre-approval letter's in there. We've got a full file. We're ready to press play and get going as soon as we have an executed purchase agreement and title. Maybe a little bit about us and how we do business. The fact that we're never going to run and hide. You're always going to be communicated to. That matters. A real life example of that where the realtor on a deal was talking to the list side said, hey, we have offers up to 460. My buyer was like, we're only at 440 or 445. We have no chance. They got countered and said, the terms of your offer, the strength of your offer is better than the 460. Now, I might be assuming, but 460 might be a different kind of financing. It might be an out-of-town lender. It's just they're less sure. And I told my buyer and the agent, like, I've seen that plenty of times. If you've got a 460 offer that might fall apart or a 450 that's a sure thing, most realtors are going to advise their client, you make the ultimate decision as the seller, but I would take the sure 450. Here's a lender who we know has a good reputation. They've got a full file. This person has reserves and they're willing to waive the appraisal. All the things of the file that make you strong. If you communicate that to the seller and the seller's agent in a clear way, you have a better chance of getting accepted. It's not like my opinion, it's fact. Yeah. And so I think that that's something that folks should make sure they have. I mean, I can tell you for like as many agents as I talk to hundreds of agents. I talk to listing agents to get like, hey, what's your view of what's coming in? Because usually I'm on the buy side. I'm on the team who's working with the buyer to get accepted, but these agents do buy and sell. And so, on the sell side, they tell me, Matt, truth be told, it sounds scary that the house got 18 offers. 14 of them were absolute crap. They were written with terms that if they would have called me and asked, I would have told them that's not important to my seller. They, didn't have the things in there that if they would have taken 2 seconds to read the description, they would have known to not include that, whatever it is, right? Like, so 25% of the offers have a chance because the agent's done their due diligence. They're connected with a great loan officer who's able to, not only provide the pre-approval and the certainty of the seller, but follow up with it and give them the warm and fuzzies.
Yeah. So again, folks, it's a very competitive market, whether you're an investor or an owner occupant. It's going to be really competitive for owner occs the next 10 weeks or so, in our opinion. If you want to get Matt, the mortgage guy, on your side, you want him to make a phone call on your behalf or speak with the listing agent, this is the way to do it. Matt, how can they reach out?
Go to greatmortgagebroker.com and know that, like, I like to be transparent and straightforward. If you're outside of California, I probably can't make 85 calls a day. So, it's going to be a team member, but the culture trickles down. We're all aligned in vision and how we do business. And, we're champions for the buyers. So we're trying to get buyers accepted. We're going to do a ton of purchase business this year. I'm going to personally call as many as I can from California. Whether I can call, on your offer in Florida might not be the case, but it's going to be a high level loan officer who's doing the same stuff that I'm doing, right? They're going to be coached and it's going to be the same type of deal where you're going to have that extra little something, right? Because when it's competitive, you never know what little thing is going to get it accepted. There's, in most cases, going to be 2 or 3 offers that rise to the top that are pretty close. And then it's just going to be this one's a little bit higher, but they're not going to give us as much rent back. This one has a great lender, and these things matter.
They do. Well, Matt, thank you very, very much for being a part of this. Thank you for helping all the one rental at a time folks that you can. I appreciate you, man.
No worries, man. Happy to help. Thanks, Mike.